Why does your body jolt awake at exactly 3 in the morning, night after night? Your heart is pounding, your mind is racing, and the whole house is silent. You check the clock and somehow it is almost always the same hour. This is not random, and it is not just stress from your job. Something ancient inside your brain is switching on every single night. Millions of people across every country experience this exact same strange awakening. Doctors call it early morning waking, but they rarely explain the deeper reason. Sleep apps track it, sleep pills try to stop it, yet the pattern remains. Why would evolution design a brain that interrupts its own rest like this? The answer did not begin in a stressful modern bedroom or a bright city. The answer began over 50,000 years ago, in total darkness under open sky. Back then, sleep was never simple and it was never fully safe. Every night was a negotiation between exhaustion and survival, between rest and danger. To understand your 3 a.m. eyes opening, we must travel back in time. Picture a small group of humans camped beside a flickering, fragile fire. The flames throw long shadows across rock walls and twisted, ancient trees. Beyond the firelight, the darkness is total, thick, and impossible to see through. Somewhere out there, a predator moves quietly, testing the edges of the camp. The temperature has dropped, and a cold wind pushes through the narrow valley. There is no lock on a door, no walls, no alarm system at all. The only real protection this group has is awareness and shared human vigilance. If everyone sleeps deeply for 8 straight hours, the group becomes dangerously exposed. A single unguarded night could mean losing children, elders, or entire families forever. So evolution did something remarkable. It shaped human sleep into 2 separate phases. Early humans likely slept in 2 chunks with a waking period in between. Historians call this segmented sleep, a pattern found across many ancient societies. People would sleep for several hours, wake naturally, then sleep again before dawn. This middle waking period was not a failure, it was a built-in safety check. During this quiet window, someone could listen for danger, tend the fire, or think. This pattern gave early communities a survival advantage over animals that slept in one block. A predator approaching at deep night would still meet at least one alert human. Fire needed constant care too, and it could not be left to die out. Someone had to wake, add wood, check the flames, and scan the darkness again. This nightly rhythm repeated for thousands of generations, shaping the human nervous system. Over time, this waking pattern became wired directly into our biology and hormones. Your ancestors who woke briefly at night were often the ones who survived. Their genes and their sleep patterns were passed down through countless generations after them. This is not romantic guessing. Researchers have studied pre-industrial societies without electric light. In these communities, spontaneous nighttime waking between sleep cycles appeared surprisingly common and normal. Historian Roger Kirch researched old letters, court records, and diaries from centuries ago. He found repeated mentions of first sleep and second sleep in historical writing. People described waking calmly at night, praying, talking, or simply resting before sleeping again. This suggests segmented sleep was once considered completely normal human behavior, not a disorder. Modern electric light changed almost everything about how humans experience nighttime and rest. Artificial light pushed bedtimes later and compressed sleep into one long, unbroken block. Yet your biology never fully received that update because evolution moves incredibly slowly. Your brain still carries instructions written by a world lit only by fire. Now let's look closer at what actually happens inside your brain at night. Sleep is not one simple state, it moves through different repeating stages and cycles. Each cycle usually lasts around 90 minutes, moving through light sleep and deep sleep. Around 3 or 4 in the morning, you often finish several complete sleep cycles. This is naturally a lighter, more fragile stage of the entire sleep process. Cortisol, the hormone linked to alertness and stress, begins slowly rising before dawn. This rise historically helped ancient humans wake before predators became active at first light. Your body temperature also drops to its lowest point during these early morning hours. This combination makes the brain more sensitive, more easily pulled toward full wakefulness. In this fragile window, Even small noises or worries can trigger sudden full alertness. Your ancestors needed this sensitivity because danger often arrived silently, without any warning sound. A snapped twig, a distant growl, a change in wind could mean real danger. The brain that ignored these signals rarely lived long enough to pass on genes. So natural selection favored brains that stayed lightly reactive, even during deep nightly rest. This is why modern humans often wake with a racing heart for no clear reason. Your body is technically doing exactly what it was designed to do correctly. It is scanning for danger, even when the only danger is an overdue email. There is also a psychological layer that ancient survival shaped inside your mind. During deep daytime activity, your brain is busy handling tasks, people, and constant distraction. At 3 in the morning, all of that noise and distraction suddenly disappears completely. Silence removes the usual buffers that normally hide worry, fear, and unresolved emotional tension. Ancient humans likely used quiet nighttime hours to mentally process the events of the day. This may have helped memory consolidation, threat assessment, and social planning for the group. Your brain today still uses this quiet window the exact same evolutionary way. That is why worries feel louder, sharper, and heavier during these dark early hours. Nothing has actually gotten worse, your mind is simply undistracted and fully present. Psychologists sometimes call this nighttime amplification, where small problems feel dramatically larger than daytime. This happens partly because certain calming brain regions are less active during this sleep stage. Meanwhile, the brain's alert and threat detection systems remain relatively active and easily triggered. This imbalance creates the perfect condition for anxious, spiraling thoughts to take control. Ancient humans facing real physical threats needed this heightened alertness to survive the night. Modern humans facing emails, deadlines, and relationships inherit the exact same ancient alarm system. The system has not changed, only the type of danger it now responds to. Your brain cannot easily tell the difference between a lion and a difficult conversation. Both trigger the same ancient stress response, the same racing heart, the same alertness. This is a powerful example of evolutionary mismatch, an ancient tool meeting a modern world. Our bodies evolved slowly over hundreds of thousands of years in dangerous natural environments. Our modern lifestyle changed dramatically within just a few hundred years, almost overnight. Evolution simply has not caught up with electric light, screens, or non-stop digital stress. So when you wake at 3 a.m., you are not broken, and you are not weak. You are running ancient software, built for survival inside a completely different modern world. Let's return now to the ancient campfire one final time to complete the picture. Imagine one member of that ancient group waking naturally in the deep quiet night. They do not panic, they simply sit up, listen, and gently check the fire. They scan the darkness, notice nothing dangerous, and feel a small wave of relief. Then, calmly, they lie back down and drift naturally back into a second sleep. This pattern was not exhausting for them because it was expected, natural, and normal. The problem for modern humans is not the waking itself, but our reaction to it. We panic, check our phones, calculate lost sleep, and flood our brain with stress hormones. This turns a normal ancient pattern into a modern struggle filled with anxiety and frustration. Understanding this history can quietly change how you experience your own 3 a.m. waking. Instead of fighting the moment, you can recognize it as an ancient, built-in rhythm. Your ancestors did not fear this window. They simply moved gently through it, unafraid. Some researchers now suggest that gentle acceptance can reduce the stress around night waking. Instead of forcing sleep, some experts recommend calm, quiet activity, just like ancient humans practiced. Soft breathing, quiet thoughts, or simply resting without pressure can help the body relax. This will not fix every sleep disorder, and it is not medical advice. But it may reframe a frightening moment into a recognizable, deeply human, ancient experience. Your racing heart at 3 a.m. connects you directly to thousands of ancient generations. Every person who ever feared the dark, listened for danger, and protected their family. Every human who tended a fire alone while the world slept peacefully around them. That same nervous system, shaped by fire, darkness, and survival, still lives inside you. It reacts today the same way it reacted beside ancient rivers and firelit caves. Modern life rarely asks us to listen for predators or protect a sleeping village. Yet the ancient alarm system remains fully installed, waiting, ready, and endlessly alert. This is one of the strangest gifts evolution left behind inside the human mind. A system built for wolves and darkness, now activated by deadlines and glowing screens. Science continues to study why exactly this timing feels so universal across cultures. Some researchers point to hormones, some point to ancient sleep architecture, some point to both. The full picture is still being carefully studied, tested, and refined by modern scientists. What remains clear is that this experience is deeply human and remarkably widespread worldwide. You are not malfunctioning, you are remembering something written long before written history began. So next time you wake at 3 and the room feels heavy and silent, remember you are not alone and you never truly were, not even then. Somewhere in that silence, an ancient watcher still quietly listens for you, and perhaps in a strange way, that watcher has never really stopped protecting you.